Hello. How is everyone today? It has been a day. It has been a day. For those who don't know or didn't see the post, my cat was having issues this morning. Like, pretty bad issues, so I had to take him to the vet. They think it might be a thyroid issue, so they did blood tests. We'll see what comes back. But it has been a long day. I don't know how long we'll be able to stream though tonight. I probably will go to bed early too. I got a few hours of sleep, but I've been up since like 4:30 this morning. Or I've been up much earlier than that. I was up like 4 this morning. And I was able to take like an hour and a half, 2-hour nap before his vet appointment, but we will see. On some positive news, I bought a watermelon recently, and I just cut it up, and it's pretty good. It's very moist, like a watermelon should be. I don't think anything else happened this week. Oh, no, I started watching season 3 of Link Click. I'm not very far. I've watched 2 episodes. But it's interesting so far. I mean, each season has a different overarching theme. Like season 1 was all about being more like a mystery. Season 2 was all about their powers. Season 3 is much different from those two, so I'm interested to see how it goes. But I think that's kind of all that's gone on this week. Oh, my brother is finishing up trying to get the last Pokemon we need for Let's Go, so I can finally have the shiny charm. We're just missing a few Pokemon. But once that's done, I can finally shiny hunt my Pidgey. Or I mean it's not Pidgey, I need Pidgeot. Pidgeotto? No, I think it's Pidgeot. I don't know, I just need one of them. And then I can move on. Pop, 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 pop. I guess we'll start. Well, are you gonna work? Why are you doing this? not showing up? Do I need a game? Come on. Why are you breaking? It's not even show. Okay. Okay. Let's move this down. Okay. I don't know what the issue was. Okay. It looks like it's working, so we're going to continue from... I think we need to continue from here. Did the... Okay, the game audio is on for you guys. I forgot to say that we're trying to go for the good ending first, because there is one achievement that we have not popped for getting a good ending without any indicators. So I think we just have to do a good ending first, because a bad ending, even though there's no indicators on, technically you've already seen the bad ending, so there is indication you're still on the right track. I don't know. We're seeing if it works. If not, it will be the only achievement we don't get. Okay. I'm in town with Waltz because Parfait needed supplies for potions, and we were the only ones available for her. I don't know why, but I feel on edge. Don't worry, princess. I won't let anything bad happen to you. Though, you wouldn't even have to be here if Lady Parfait hadn't placed so many orders. I do not understand why she has to get everything today. Surely she can just pick up the rest tomorrow. If she was more patient, I wouldn't have needed to go out at all today for such a bothersome chore. They make that sound like just the worst thing ever. Most people order everything at once and hope it all comes in at once because they don't want to deal with having to make multiple trips. Lady Parfait's been receiving a lot of orders lately. She needs to keep up with the demand somehow. Let's make this quick. Of course. My eyes wander to the shop right in front of me. This should be the place. This is a new shop. I don't think we've been in here before. How can I help? Oh, it's you. This is the witch who came into the march-in some time ago with mud on her shoes. What can I do for you two? We need all of the items on this list, please. Waltz holds out the list Parfait gave him. The witch surveys the list, then gives a thoughtful nod. I'll collect these for you right away. It'll only be a few moments. The witch disappears into her back room. I fold my arms as we wait, my thoughts drifting. We'll be finished before you know it, princess. Well, look who it is. Hello again, little girl. And it seems like you're here again with your little friend. These are the men that tried to rob me back when I was on the streets. Waltz quickly steps in front of me as if to shield me from the men. Can he even protect me? She cleans up all right, doesn't she? Almost didn't recognize her all neat. What do you want? Us? We don't want anything, but we heard there's someone who wants you, and they're willing to pay more money than we could have ever gotten from you. I mean, I kind of remember them, but I don't remember them being human traffickers. I thought they were just kidnapping us. I don't know what I was thinking. What are you gonna do with someone you kidnap besides selling them? The man reaches out to grab me, but Walt slaps his hand away. The man's unwashed stench reaches my nose, and I try not to gag. Don't touch her. Oi, what's this? The witch appears at the door, and the men back off slightly when she appears. None of your business. I mean, technically it is. We're in her shop. I think it is. These people are my customers. Stay out of this, hag. Hag. I am slightly startled when the witch leans forward and whispers to us, listen. You both start running, okay? You run as fast as you can and don't stop for anyone. You need to get back to the march-in. But don't worry about me. I'll distract them for as long as I can, but you need to run. Go. Hey, look alive, boys. This one itches. Waltz grabs my hand and pulls me with him as we run, not even turning back to look when we hear the shatter of glass. She is a witch. Why would she help us? That's the same as, like, why would Delora help us? Because she is a good witch princess. I mean, I guess we're back at not liking Delora. I am sure that she is only helping us because she wants to keep us indebted to her. We continue running against a current of people. I manage to keep up with Waltz for a time, but it's not long before my hand slips out of his, and I am lost to the crowd. The minute I am separated from Waltz, I stop. Panic begins to swell up inside me. Waltz! I frantically look around at the crowd, trying to find him, but I fail. I need to get back to the merchant. Slowly, it dawns on me that I am in a part of town that I do not recognize. I do not know my way around this area. I knew leaving the merchant was a bad idea. When I see Parfait again, I will give her a piece of my mind. I found her. I immediately turn on my heels and run as fast as I can. I am so panicked I cannot see what is in front of me. I do not notice the man in front of me until I crash into him. I prepare for a fall, but the man has braced himself just before I crashed into him. We both somehow managed to stay upright. Excuse me, Princess? This voice. I look up in shock. Fritz? It's really you, Princess. How does he remember who I am? There she is. I have no time to think about this now. I grab his arm and pull him with me into a run. Why are we running? Somehow, he is barely out of breath. Despite how long we have been running, it sends a sliver of irritation through me. What were you expecting? He's a knight. He's trained to deal with stuff like this. The constant exercise and everything. I think those men wanted to sell me. What? I shake my head as I try to tug him forward again. However, Fritz does not budge. Princess, this is very irritating. We must keep moving. I see her. Oh no. Princess? Wait, Fritz is a knight. I trust you can manage these two fools. With one hand behind my back. With a nod and a confident smile, he turns to face the oncoming men. He moves to stand in front of me, effectively shielding me with his body. 2-on-1? I don't like your chances, boy. We've got no business with you. We just want the girl. Run on home. She'll be more trouble than it is worth. You'll have to get through me first. Huh. And how are you going to stop us? What do you mean, how are we going to stop you? Do you not see the sword connected to our Fritz's waist with this? Why does he look so gleeful here? Fritz brandishes his sword and smiles at them. Fritz is second only to his father, Sir Alcester, in his ability with the sword. That was a weird way to phrase that, but okay. His skill is obvious just in the way he holds his blade. Waving around a sword isn't gonna scare us away this time. The girl is worth enough gold to sort out any scratches we might get, but it won't cover your death. Any closer and I'll do more than scratch you. Get him. The fight is over as quickly as it started. I cannot keep up with Fritz's movements at first, but then I am able to focus on him against the two men. Again. What? But when I am able to focus on him again, the two men are completely immobilized. One is sprawled on the ground with Fritz's foot firmly planted on his back. The other is collapsed against the wall of the alleyway with the tip of Fritz's sword pressed against his neck. You wanted to question them? Fritz is completely unscathed. I turn to look at the men against the wall, thinking he might be more capable of speech at this time. Who was going to pay you? Tsk. I'd answer her. I watch as Fritz presses his sword against the man's neck, enough to draw a gasp out of him. It was a witch. A witch. Fritz, Waltz insisted that witch we met was good, but this is just further proof that witches will always be inherently wicked. It was a witch, I swear. We got a note with your picture, then it burned to pieces right before our eyes once we read it. What did the note say? Just to get you to the witch in one piece. That payment would come when that happened. How much was the payment? Answer me. 1,000 gold pieces. A whole 1,000. That is a lot of gold. 1,000 gold pieces would be enough to feed a family for years. Princess, not just anyone would have that kind of wealth. Why would they would have to be nobility, royalty even. Are witches disguising themselves as members of the aristocracy now? Princess, yes? What do you want to do with these two? I look at the men and feel something icy run through my veins. These men were going to abduct me. There is no telling what they would have done to me if they had caught me. Please, don't beg. What would your son say if he heard you? He has a family? That doesn't matter. Even if I had mentioned my family, it would not have made a difference. Wait. What did you do to her? Do to who? The woman at the shop. What did you do to her? Nothing that can't be fixed. Did you hurt her? When neither of the men answered me, I frowned. I do not know why that witch was trying to save me, but she did try. These men cannot get away with doing whatever they wish. Answer me, what did you do to her? Nothing that won't heal. The anger that was nothing but a small flame burns full force in my chest. What is that sentence? They do not deserve mercy. We need to spare them because that's the smart idea right now. Let's spare the people who obviously have already assaulted someone, assaulted us, and tried to kidnap us. These aren't good people. Like, obviously, they must already know how to kidnap and sell people. If they were like, oh yeah, we could totally do this random chick off the street. Why not? They deserve to be punished, but these men were nothing but puppets to some other master. Doesn't mean they're not bad people either. Like, it is on them that they decided to take this road. If they decided to turn their life around afterwards, that's perfectly fine. But they chose to do the crime, regardless that they're just henchmen. This is so dumb. Punishing them would be a waste of time. It is an additional burden that I do not care to shoulder. Princess, promise not to come after me ever again. Swear it. I swear on my life you'll never see me again. I swear it as well. Then let them go. As you wish. Fritz and I leave the men behind in the alleyway. I sigh in relief when the scenery around me becomes more familiar. From here, I can probably find my way back to the merchant. Fritz is so unusually quiet that I barely notice him as I become wrapped up in my thoughts. What does a witch want with me? As far as I know, I have never done anything to a witch. Princess? I'm startled when Fritz talks. Yes? You let those men go. I wasn't expecting you to... You showed them mercy when not everyone would have. Mercy? Is that what it was? I think Fritz just has more faith in my morality. I did not spare those men to save them. I spared them to avoid the consequences. It was difficult. The most meaningful shows of mercy often are, but why is he smiling at me like that? I notice Fritz fidgeting. It is a sure sign that he has something else he wants to say. What is it? Where have you been, Princess? One day you just suddenly disappeared. No one in the palace seems to remember you at all. Why am I the only person who can remember you? Could Fritz be... Are you cursed, Fritz? Fritz looked shocked. Are you talking about the fairy tale curse? Yes. What else would I be talking about? No, of course not. What makes you think I am? If he's not cursed, how else would he know who I am? Are you a witch or a fairy? Fritz stares at me as if I've grown another head. I don't understand why you're asking me this, Princess. I am definitely human. Could it be that he's somehow unaware of the conditions of his curse? I must speak with Delora and Parfait about this. Princess, what's going on? Princess, I need to get to the merchant as quickly as possible so I can speak to Parfait and Delora about what Fritz's curse might be. Waltz is probably looking for me as well. Then abruptly, Fritz puts himself in front of me, blocking my path. What are you doing? I could ask you the same thing. Where are you going? I must return to the merchant. The merchant? It's a tavern for the cursed. I've been living there. Princess, are you saying that you've been cursed? Oh, I forgot that I haven't told him yet. Princess, I need answers, please. I suppose you will not let me leave without an explanation. Not after you suddenly disappeared like that. Very well. Delora and Parfait will have to wait. Well, this is a nice fancy room. Fritz is convinced the only place I will be safe is his house, and I am not in the mood to argue with him. I look around the modest living room. I did not realize that you had lodgings outside of your room in the palace. I grew up here. I was older than usual when I started training to be a knight, so I spent a lot of time in this house. He walks over and hands me a mug of tea. The comforting scent of it and the realization that he had made it precisely as I prefer it makes something loosen inside of me. Fritz sits opposite me, his eyes bright and focused. Start at the beginning. Please, princess, I need to know in order to put my mind at ease. One night I was in the palace, and then the next morning I was on the streets dressed in rags. I tell him about no one remembering who I am, and about my first encounter with the men that Fritz fought in the alleyway. I tell him how I was saved by those at the march-in. Yet I say nothing about Delora or Parfait, and I deliberately leave the identities of the march-in's boarders anonymous. I'm not sure why exactly, but I feel suspicion tugging insistently at me. How is it possible for someone to be unaware of their curse? Rumpel has amnesia, and even he knows he is cursed. Fritz says he is human. Can I trust him? I can trust him, right? I close my eyes and will the impending headache away. Maybe Mother was right, and maybe it is impossible to trust anyone, including my knight. And what is your curse, princess? Can I still trust you, Fritz? It's always a weird thing to say, like, he hasn't done anything to break our trust, so it's just a weird thing to be like, can I still trust you even though you've done nothing to break the trust I already have with you? Because, like, if I did not trust you even a smidge bit, I would not have made you my personal knight. That's like not trusting your bodyguard to actually protect you. Like, then they're not going to do their job well if neither party can trust each other. Fritz does not even bother trying to mask his shock. There is sadness in his eyes. When have I ever betrayed you, Your Highness? Fritz has been loyal to me ever since he was assigned to me, but every person I trusted has turned on me apart from Mother. Even my beloved doll betrayed me. How can I be sure that Fritz will not do the same? I swore on my life that I would protect you, princess. I would never lie to you or do anything that would put you in harm's way. Cinderella, I have to complete 3 good deeds to break it. Cinderella, are you sure that fairy tale is about... It's been reversed in my case. Oh, that makes sense. What will you do now? Return to the merchant. I must break my curse. I can't allow that. Unless I stay at the merchant with you. What? Why? I have been wondering where you were this whole time, princess, trying to find you. And that's another reason why I should trust him. Like, this dude has been looking for me. If there was 0 trust from him, he would have just acted like everything's fine. He'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. My charge has disappeared. Who cares? And now that I found you, I must resume my duties. I need to protect you, and I want to make sure you are safe by staying with you. You are no longer my knight, Fritz. You work for Angelia now, don't you? I'm not her personal knight. I work in shifts with her other guards, so I'm not expected to stay the whole day. Besides that, I am your knight, and I intend to fulfill that role until you no longer need my services. I failed to protect you from being cursed. Let me protect you this time, princess. Fritz is very capable, no doubt. He will be able to protect me better than anyone else at the Merchant. And who knows how many people received the witch's note. The witch wouldn't even need to enter the Merchant herself, so long as she has others there to capture me. No matter where I am not safe, especially when I have no idea who I can trust. Stay here, stay with me. I'll be able to be with you. I can keep you safe. It won't be for long, just until I can get you back to the palace where you belong. And how will you do that? Nobody apart from the cursed, the witches and the fairies, remember that I am the crown princess. I still remember you. You must be cursed as well, Fritz. There's no other explanation. I would think I'd remember if I've been cursed, princess. I would be inclined to agree. Even Rumple, who's forgotten everything else, remembers that he's been cursed. But then, what could Fritz's fairy tale be? I hadn't truly intended to stay with Fritz, but somehow the day passed by without me noticing. Before I knew it, night has fallen. It is far too late to attempt to return to the Merchant on my own now, even if for some reason Fritz allows me to leave his house. You can stay in the guest room, princess. My father returns at night, after his duty for the day are over. I'd almost forgotten. Sir Alacaster Levorton, Fritz's father, and the commander of the Order of Caldria. I thought he'd have his own room at the palace like you do. My father never stayed the night at the palace as far as I know. He always comes back to sleep here, no matter how late he leaves the palace, or how early he gets up to return there. And there is the man in question. Good evening, father. Alacaster looks at me, then Fritz. Who is this? The weight of his stare makes me feel like looking away, but I manage to stare back at him as coolly. This is Lucetta, daughter of King Gennaro Britain III and the crown princess of the kingdom of Angelia. I'm not in the mood for games, boy. It's the truth. I told you about her when she disappeared, that she'd been forgotten. Nonsense. She's been forgotten because of the fairy tale curse. Sir Alacaster's eyes are cold and calculating. I do not like the way he is looking at me. What is your fairy tale? I do not want to tell him. Sir Alacaster's gaze grows colder as his question is met by a long stretch of silence. I only relent when I see Fritz about to answer for me, Cinderella. I trust you will break your curse, princess. Sir Alacaster says nothing more, and I am surprised when he simply walks away into a bedroom and away from us. The door closes behind him, and Fritz and I are left alone. It will make things easier if he believes us. I saw the look in his eyes. I doubt he believes us. That would be too simple. Sleep does not come easy, even though this bed is significantly more comfortable than the bed at the Merchant. What could Fritz's curse be? I sit up in bed when I hear footsteps outside. I stare at the clock. It is almost 2 a.m. You are late. My apologies. That is Sir Alacaster's voice, but I do not recognize the other one. Come, we have much to discuss. The sounds of their footsteps slowly fade, and the silence descends once more. I suppose being the commander of the Order of Caldria, whatever, means that he is always busy. But working at this time? Soon enough, my exhaustion coaxes me back into slumber. I close my eyes and let my desire to sleep win over my curiosity. It's true. She definitely takes after you-know-who. I heard that rather than speak to people, she only ever speaks to her dolls. I can believe that. She seems a little weird in the head. That's such a weird thing to say. Like obviously she is an older person in this flashback, but like, it's like talking to your pets. Oh god, you talk to your animals? You're so strange and weird. She is so strange. I can't believe she is going to be queen one day. Oh, good morning, Your Highness. Please excuse us. That was, some type of flashback, I guess. Despite my exhaustion, my sleep is brief, with all thoughts whirling through my mind. When I feel it is late enough, I finally step out of bed and make my way towards the living room. Sir Alcester and Fritz are both there, but they fall silent at my entry. Sir Alcester, Princess, are you leaving for the palace? Yes. Will you be able to get the princess back into the palace? I will inform Mythos of the situation. Sir Mythos? But father, Sir Mythos won't. Mythos will work as quickly as possible to resolve this. I mean, what were you expecting? The dude is the captain of the knights. He has only sway in the military. He has no sway about this random peasant girl right now trying to get into the palace. Sir Mythos definitely has more power than Sir Alcester in this regard. In the meantime, she will be safe here, won't she? I am standing close enough to Fritz that I notice his body posture stiffen. I see the way he clenches his hands into fists and the way he squares his shoulders. Of course she is. I am her knight. Then there is no problem. You and Sir Alcester do not seem very close. Fritz sighs. He looks somewhat flustered, though it doesn't seem to be out of any embarrassment. Princess, should I have not said anything? We need to press the issue. I noticed the way he spoke to you, and in the palace I never saw the two of you together. I didn't think you would notice. Why, you are my knight. I spend a lot of time with you, so of course I am aware of how others treat you. I also know what it is like to be distant from your own family. If you do not wish to speak of such matters, you do not need to. Yeah, you're my personal knight. And I pay attention to you. I see that you're struggling. But I also do not trust you. Like, Lucetta, pick something. Either you trust the dude or you don't. Thank you, princess. Fritz clears his voice, clears his throat before he turns to me. His smile so bright it seems to light up his face. Would you like to get breakfast? I happen to know where the best baker in all of Angelius sells her croissants. Do you like croissants? I like the concept of croissants, but every time I get I've never had like a fresh baked croissant before, but like anytime I buy croissants at the store, I'm always disappointed in them. I don't know why I keep buying them, expecting something else. The thought of croissants makes my mouth water. I am at the door in seconds. What are you standing around for? I am hungry. We leave at once then. The shortest route to the bakery from Fritz's house leads us past the palace gates. Princess, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to... Fritz's voice fades into the background when I notice the royal family eating their breakfast outside. Emily sits underneath the shade of the cherry blossom tree, reading aloud from some book in her hands. Rod is smiling as he pours tea for all of them, and Ophelia is looking on with clear love in her eyes for the family that surrounds her. The king laughs at something Emily is saying. He looks happier than I have ever seen him before. They truly are happier now that I do not exist with them. Father has never once looked at me the way he is looking at them. They can't miss what they don't remember. I'm sorry for bringing you here. I should have known it would be difficult. How could you have known? You're my charge. It's my job to know. Exactly how much does he know about me? Probably more than you think. I realize we've been walking as Fritz talks. The palace gates are well behind us, and the royal family is thankfully out of earshot. Here we are. The variety of breads and pastries in the window of the bakery makes my heart skip a beat. It has been a long time since I had such delicious-looking pastries. Pick anything you want, Princess. Anything? Whatever you want. I know how much you like your pastries. Maybe I'll finally see you smile. What? Go on in, Princess. I'll be right behind you. Fritz and I return to his home to eat our pastries. I like how we just kind of dumped the Martian. Like, oh yeah, they must be worried about me. Ah, no, let's go get pastries and bring it back home and eat them. Not let's quickly stuff our mouth and go back to the Martian, make sure everyone knows I'm still alive. I haven't just got kidnapped or killed. They truly are the best croissants I've ever had. As we come to the end of breakfast, Fritz turns to me, a hesitant expression on his face. Princess? Yes? I hate to say this, but I'm expected to be at the palace today. I'm afraid I have to ask you to stay here on your own. But the people of the Martian, I was planning on returning today to explain why I haven't been back. But it's not safe for you outside. I understand, but there are people I must see. I will not stay here for much longer. Can I really not change your mind about staying here? I know that Fritz can certainly keep me safe, but I cannot shake the feeling that I am safer at the Martian, even if it means having to stay with the witch that cursed me. When I do not answer, Fritz sighs and shakes his head. Very well, I will ask for a day off so I can personally escort you back to this Martian tomorrow. Sorry, take me back tomorrow. Tomorrow then. No, you're just making everyone worry more for absolutely no reason, just because your personal night can't handle you being gone for a handful of hours. I spend the day looking around his house. This home is so impersonal. You never know two different people live here. Their rooms are so empty. What were you expecting? When the captain pretty much is gone all day and most of the night and only comes here to sleep, obviously his room will be impersonal, and Fritz seems like he also is like that when he was your personal knight. Even I had dolls in my room. As I walk about the living room, I notice a broom standing forgotten and alone in the corner. I suddenly remember the broom Delora enchanted for me. I do not miss that broom. But this one could definitely use a ribbon. No, do not accessorize your cleaning equipment. It just gets in the way when you actually clean with them. Princess? Fritz, that was fast. I have something for you. I found this doll in my room at the palace. She's one of yours, isn't she? The Delora doll was still in my room, but how? I mean, I know what the answers to all these are. I'm looking at a guide. But if I didn't, I probably still would have picked the right answer. Because, obviously, this is the dumb answer. We know we collect dolls. So for us to say, oh no, I'm now too old for dolls, is just dumb. She is? I thought so. Isn't she one of your favorites? Yes, she was, until she cursed me. How did she get into your room? No idea. Perhaps one of the maids left her there, but I thought you'd like it if I brought her back for you. After finishing dinner, Fritz excuses himself to run more errands, so I return to my room. Earlier, when Fritz has given her to me, I threw Delora on my bed. Delora. Now I turn to glare at her, and at once the doll comes alive with a sigh. Would you believe me if I said I was worried? I honestly thought you were going to act like you didn't recognize me. It made me happy that you said I was your favorite, Lucetta. You were my favorite. You wound me, princess. What are you doing here? What do you think she's doing here? Obviously, she's making sure you're okay. Do you have any idea how worried Parfait was? When Waltz came back alone and told us what happened, well, Parfait and Anise went into hysterics, and the boys and Jern looked like they were going to commit murder. When you didn't come back that night, I had a lot of trouble convincing everyone to stay at the Merchant when they wanted to look for you. Especially Waltz. You have no idea how guilty he felt after losing you like that. They were looking for me? Princess? Why didn't you come back to the Merchant? I was going to, but Fritz is overprotective. I know it's not... Hush. Don't hush. I stop myself when I hear footsteps just outside the door. This is entirely unnecessary. The walls have ears, Sir Alacaster. The two men walk away, leaving the hallway silent. It's just another one of Sir Alacaster's late-night errands. But my words die in my throat when I turn to Delora and see that she is eerily silent, her forehead furrowed. This presence... Delora? It is weak, but it is there. I can feel it. Delora, what are you talking about? Finally, Delora looks at me slowly, as if just now recognizing we are both in the same room. This is bad. We must return to the Merchant. Now. Is she gonna portal us over? No. It's a new chapter. Chapter 4. Mask. I watch as Delora paces on the floor along the side of the bed. You're a witch. Can't you just teleport us out of here? Teleportation and portals are high-level magic that only the bearers and a select few can cast. Oh, that's an interesting little tidbit of lore. I look at her closely. So you cannot cast that spell. I would have casted it already if I could, princess. I had thought, with all the bluffing you do, that you could do more. You could be more capable. Any more sass and I'll turn you into a toad. You wouldn't dare. Or would I? I glare at her, but she does not look away. Arguing will not get us out of here. We need to get back to the Merchant. Why can't we just ask Fritz to help us? It would be easier that way. I do not understand why he can't come with us. I don't trust him. That means nothing coming from someone as untrustworthy as you. Well, I can say with certainty that I am the most trustworthy person you have here right now, dear princess. And I can also promise that you are not safe here. Then, I insist Fritz comes with us. I know he has the curse, which means he should be welcome there. No. Until I can prove that he can be trusted, he is not welcome. He might be the same as Alacaster. The moment Delora mentions Sir Alacaster, she suddenly stops speaking. She shakes her head and turns away. What does Sir Alacaster have to do with any of this? Nothing you should be concerning yourself with. You are still the most suspicious one here, witch. And that's it. I'm run out of patience. I'm done waiting around, princess. We're going back to the merchant right now. And how do you suppose we'll sneak past Fritz? Fritz is out on errands. What do you mean sneak past him? Delora smiles at me. The mischief in her smile is all too familiar. Oh no. I am a witch princess. Are we being turned into a frog? Or a toad, I guess that's what Delora said. I walk alongside Delora as we make our way back to the margin. Delora is now in her human form, humming cheerfully. Wait, am I a doll? Now, what were you expecting? Not what you were expecting? No. Sometimes simple is better. Why use a spell when a potion would do the trick? That's why she had me distract Fritz at dinner. Was the sleeping potion in his cup? Ah, perceptive. Yes, nothing can wake him from his slumber, but he will wake up. Please, I'm a good witch, remember? I don't do the killing thing. Now, pick up the pace, princess. We have a meeting to get to. I do like how sassy Delora is. Like, she will snap back at us, and I love it. We make it back to the margin without incident. Jern and Garland are waiting for us inside. As soon as they see us, they dart towards the door. You made it. We were worried we might need to break in to get you both out. Don't sound so surprised. I told you I could handle this. Then why did it take so long to Then why did it take you so long to return here? Because someone was being stubborn and refused to leave without her knight. You weren't followed? Of course not. I'm very glad you're all right, princess. Fritz is my personal knight. The time I spent with him was the safest I've felt since I've been cursed. It felt more normal. I know he is dependable and will do whatever I ask of him. It is his job to protect me, after all. I barely know these people. I would rather be with Fritz, but something about Sir Alacaster puts me on edge. As you can see, the princess is perfectly fine. She hasn't thawed at all. Jern ignores Delora and fixes her gaze on me. We were worried when you suddenly disappeared, princess. I stare at her, confused. What was there to be worried about? Oh, I don't know, Lucetta. Maybe having people trying to kidnap you would be worrying. I was with Fritz. I know that the circumstances may not have been the best, but Fritz protected me, and I had plans to return to the merchant at some point. Why does everyone here care what happened to me anyway? Where's Parfait? Well, she isn't here. She's barely been back since you left. What? Ever since we got your message that you found the princess, Lady Parfait has been absent from the merchant. She returns, but only ever briefly. Does she say where she ever goes? No. She won't answer even if someone asks. Just smiles that very smile of hers and says nothing at all. Drives me crazy when she does that. What's going on? So the fairy we need to see isn't here. I had thought that I wanted to return here, but now that everyone knows I'm safe, it's fine to return to Fritz, isn't it? I feel uneasy being around so many people that are openly keeping secrets from me. Then there is no reason for me to be here. I can return to Fritz. No, you are in no position to order me around. I will go back, and no one will stop me. I begin walking towards the door when I hear Dolores sigh heavily behind me. All right, keep your dress on. I was not planning on removing it. It's a figure of... Oh, never mind. Look, just give me a few seconds, okay? I need to get some things, and then we'll go back. Don't even think that I'll let you go back alone, princess. I am left alone with Durin and Garland. Are you really staying at Alacaster's home? I almost forgotten that Durin and Garland had served under Sir Alacaster's command when they were still in the Order of Calderia. Yes, the two former knights are uncharacteristically quiet, their expressions dark. Is something wrong? Are you sure you're safe there, princess? Of course. Fritz has been my personal knight for the last 3 years. I know that he will protect me no matter what. Just be careful around Alacaster. Did something happen between you and Sir Alacaster? I'd still be part of the Order of Calderia if it weren't for him. Come here. Well, sit over there then. It is said that Durin and Garland had been discharged from disobeying Sir Alacaster's orders, but is that the whole truth? He's a two-faced traitor. If I ever saw him again... Durin, what happened? It's nothing to worry about, princess. Delora told me the same thing. What exactly are they hiding about Sir Alacaster? She should be worried about it. Damn it. Of all the people in Angelia, she should know what he is planning. Someone coughs. We turn to see Dolores standing there, looking at us expectantly. What did I miss? Durin was telling me about why she left the Order of Calderia. Was she? I've never seen Dolores glare at anyone the way she's glaring at Durin. Eventually, the former knight turns away. Let's go, Garland. Stay safe, princess. You too, Dolores. Don't you want to return to the knight's house? Why are you stalling now? Do you want the window open? Do we need the window open? Okay, let me open the window for you. Yes, opening the window. There you go. There you go. You just want attention? Big pets. Here, let me... How about you don't stand behind the chair so I can move it? Thank you. Sit on the floor with you while we play. A-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Come back. Cats. I'm really hoping this issue is a thyroid issue, because I have no idea what else it could be. The vet doesn't seem like they know what else it could be. Like they gave me something to read up about it, and he has like half the symptoms. Yes, you have like half those symptoms, so we're just waiting on the blood test to come back. You know something about Sir Alacaster being the reason for the knight's discharge, don't you? Yes? Well then, why are you insisting on keeping it a secret? You lived in the palace before and heard the rumors. You were constant with them. Why are you suddenly taking so much interest in all of this now? Because you and the knights are clearly hiding something about him. Curiosity can kill a cat, little princess. Besides, none of this is important right now. You have other things to focus on, like breaking your curse. What have you done these past few days, Nothing, that's what. It's like you want to remain Little Miss Peasant forever. The only reason I am in this position is because of you. And you have done nothing to help me. Excuse me? All I ever gotten from you are insults and snide remarks. I've been trying my best, but you of all people should know how difficult it is for me. I stopped talking at once. The anger and frustration inside me make it difficult to form words. Dolores has been with me for almost a year now. She should know how difficult it is for me to be good. But she never understood. She still curses me. It is as if she is mocking me. I turn away from Dolores and head towards the door. Princess, wait! I've better things to do than get insulted by a witch. I've done nothing but think about how to break the curse she put on me. How dare she? Princess! That's so rude. No. Lucetta, why are you being rude now? We just have to keep walking. I do not have time for this. I ignore Waltz and continue walking. Waltz reaches out and takes hold of my arm, forcing me to stop. What are you doing? I am leaving. Leaving? Do you know how worried everyone's been? How worried I was? As you can see, I am fine. I will be even better when I am away from the merchant, so I'm leaving. 3 days. What? I haven't seen you in 3 days and you're just gonna brush me off? I've been spending all of my free time looking for you after we got separated that day. Did you know how bad I felt when I lost you? I thought something had happened to you. I would have never forgiven myself. Dolores sent you her message. Yes, but even then, all we knew was that she was with you. That didn't mean you were safe. I yanked my arm out of his grasp. I would have been perfectly safe if Dolores wasn't with me. In fact, I would still have my old life if she never cursed me. Princess. You found her. Karma is suddenly standing before me, smiling with relief. We were worried about you, darling. It's good to see that our princess has returned. We have so much to catch up on. You should come inside. She says she's leaving. What? But why? She says she's fine without us and can't understand why we've been worried. I think Dolores has something to do with this situation. What did she say to you, princess? Nothing she didn't need to hear. Insufferable witch. Sounds like a catfight to me. Karma, you might want to keep your nose out of other people's business. I'm not staying here any longer. You cannot keep me from leaving. I turn on my heels and begin to walk off. Princess, let her go. What? But outside she needs some space to think. Don't go too far though, princess. Are you deaf? I said I'm not coming back. You will if you value your life, princess. I cannot quell the irritation stirring in the pit of my stomach. I turn on my heel smiles and walk off. It's so peaceful here at night. The sounds of approaching footsteps makes me stop. Standing out here alone in the darkened plaza does not bode well. I quickly slide into an alleyway and stand with my back to the wall, hoping the shadows will keep me from sight. Why are you following me? That voice from the other night. You noticed, Sir Alacaster? Don't think I'm a useless idiot like the boy. Of course I noticed. I would take care in remembering that me and that boy are nothing alike. Don't think you can fool me, Varg. Varg. I have to know. I move silently, sticking my head out at an angle so I can see the man standing before Alacaster. The plaza is empty except for the two people. Sir Alacaster is looking at the man that wears an elaborated mask. I notice he is also carrying an odd-looking cane. That must be Varg, but who is he, and how does he know and how does Sir Alacaster know him? I've never seen anyone like him in the palace before. What would I want to fool you for? Then explain why you're out here when you haven't been ordered to come to the plaza. Tell me. You wanted to keep this princess safe, didn't you? Do not be flippant. You know we serve mythos in this. What does Sir Mythos want? Is the princess not in the house? Would I be out here if she was? Do not be smart with me. Sir Alacaster just punched him like it was nothing. How is he still standing? That blow should have knocked him to the ground. Answer me clearly. Has she left the house? Sir Alacaster's voice is eerily calm and level, despite the fact that his body's still tense. Yes. You will find her before dawn. I will not repeat myself. Answer me. Yes, I will find her. Good. I watch as Sir Alacaster walks away, leaving Varg to stand alone in the dark plaza. I can barely breathe as I stand watching him, waiting for some kind of movement. It looks like Sir Alacaster has ordered him to keep me safe, but I do not know of this agreement and will not trust him. The sound of shattering glass echoes across the plaza. Varg immediately rushes off to investigate, moving away from my hiding spot. I feel myself instinctively following after him, despite my mind's logical protest. Hush! Delora places her hand over my mouth to muffle my voice. We both watch Varg until he disappears, and there is nothing but silence for company. Then, and only then, does Delora move her hand away from my mouth. That man, did you catch his name? What? His name? Sir Alacaster called him Varg. Varg. Who is he? Judging by the mask and cane, he probably works for the witches. At least, that's what Delora and I think. Looks like he's working for Alacaster too. We look up and notice Karma and Waltz running towards us. Here comes the cavalry. Late, as expected. Waltz looks winded, but does not stop him from glaring at me. Don't ever do that again. And what is happening here, You two look awfully suspicious hiding out in an alleyway. None of your business. I'm surprised when Delora takes my arm and pulls me away from Waltz and Karma. Where are you going? Mysteries are afoot, kid, and we're not going to solve any of them by waiting around in the march-in for Parfait to return from her business. Where are you taking the princess, and why? That's a good question. Delora, we all decided that the march-in is the safest place for the princess can be. Technically, the princess is safest wherever either Parfait and I can keep an eye on her, and now we have an excuse for the princess to be somewhere else. She speaks as if I'm a child to be babysat. I got some questions that need answering, and I'm going to need the princess to get them solved. Besides, she's directly involved in some messes. mess, and she wants answers too. Something seems off about this whole thing. Sorry to say, but your opinions on this matter are irrelevant. Let's go, Lucetta. Delora? The solemn expression on Walt's face is foreign to me. There's darkness in his eyes, a warning. I trust you. As you should. Delora nods, and then turns back to me. We'll be in touch. Let me know when Parfait gets back. Our trip back to the Laverton home is silent. Delora has reverted to her doll form. I hold her close to my chest. Both of us are quiet, and I am lost in my own thoughts. I wonder what questions Delora has that I can possibly help her with. Delora, Princess. We speak at the same time. All right, you first. Or not, I'll go first then. I wanted to apologize. Don't look so surprised. I can admit when I am wrong. That's a lesson you need to learn too. But that's for another day. I know you've been working to break the curse. And I know you've been putting a lot of effort into it. And I know why it would be difficult for you to accomplish 3 good deeds. I want you to know that I do want you to succeed, Princess. Most of the time it doesn't feel that way. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have cursed you if I didn't think you were capable of overcoming it, Lucetta. I truly believe you will break your curse. We turn onto the path that leads to the Laverton home. I pause to squint at the oddly shaped shadow by the doorway. I quickly slip off the road and behind the nearest obstacle. It's dark, but is that... Delora has not seen what I have. She keeps talking. More to the point, you must break your curse. It's vital that you do as soon as possible. There's a very good reason why I slap my hand over her mouth to muffle her. I have only just managed to hide her when the shadow moves. The moonlight glints off his mask for just an instant, but it's enough. It's Varg. He starts to turn in my direction. We need to stay still. I freeze in place. There's no one here. Look away. Look away. Delora is still struggling in my arms. I do my best to still her with my hands. She gets us caught, and then, as if by magic, the clouds move, obscuring the light of the moon. An inky, black, almost unnatural shadow falls over me. After a heartbeat, he turns away from me. I watch as he slips around the side of the Laverton home and disappears from sight. I run back to the palace, but Waltz and Karma are no longer there. What do I do now? Not even a thank you? Delora pops her head out of my pocket, shaking out her hair. I just moved some clouds and played with some shadows to keep us hidden from a crazed masked man, but you know, I do that all the time. That was you? Well, it wasn't the wind. I had no idea she had such powers. She has powers to move nature, but does not have the powers to teleport us. Well, hello there. I whirl around, once again keeping my hands over Delora to hide her from sight. If it isn't the crown princess herself. Surely good princesses shouldn't be out on their own at this time of night. But then, you're not all that good, are you? Good girls do what they're told and stay in one place, but you're not one for letting people to keep you rooted in place, are you? Do you have any idea how long I've been looking for you? Where are my manners? I haven't introduced myself. He sweeps into a deep, elegant bow. I am Varg, Sir Alacaster's humble servant. He's told me about your issues. He asked me to keep an eye on you, make sure you're safe. I already have a personal knight. Oh, could have fooled me. I haven't seen him around. Have you? Fritz. Looks like he's slacking off to me. Fritz is not slacking off, he's just under the influence of an extremely potent sleeping potion and is unable to wake up, all so we could sneak out. This is my fault. A crown princess shouldn't have to make excuses for her knight, don't you think? Sounds like he's pretty incapable. Varg approaches and then holds out his arm. I'll escort you back. I stare at his arm, but do not take it. Varg tips his head to the side. I cannot read his expression through the mask. Don't you trust me, princess? No. What were you expecting? Wasn't expecting you to be honest. I thought princesses were meant to be shy and sweet all the time. You know, like Emily. I am not Emily. So I'm learning. Varg reaches out and grabs my hand. He places it in the crook of his arm with a smug smile. Let's go. I can do nothing but follow as he forces me along. I do not appreciate being dragged. And I don't like waiting around for something that's not going to happen. This is for your own safety, princess. He flashes an almost predatory smile at me, his teeth startlingly bright in the darkness. He says he is meant to keep me safe, but I feel like he's going to devour me. I am still shaking when I return to my room in the Leverton home. I've already heard Varg leave the house, but I am not convinced the lock on the front door will keep him out. Well, that was exciting. Are you all right? I cannot show weakness. Not now, not ever. I'm fine. I never knew there was a back door to this place. Pretty convenient for sneaking past your guard dog, isn't it? Wonder how Varg knew that door existed. Hey, chin up. You did well back there. I froze. I did nothing. I was useless. There's nothing you could have done. He already seemed to be an accomplished tracker, but nothing. If anything, this was my fault for not being able to protect you. I don't know why am so afraid of Varg. He works for Sir Alacaster. He wouldn't hurt me. She has that look again. Is it because of her suspicion of Sir Alacaster, or because she suspects that Varg is serving the witches? Alacaster mentioned Sir Mythos before, but I have no idea how he plays into any of this. No point worrying about it now. We're not going to get answers just by staring at the wall. Might as well get some sleep. What aren't you telling me, Delora? An awful lot, Lucetta. And I'm not going to tell you anything until tomorrow morning, so go to bed. I do not think I'll be able to sleep tonight unless... Delora. Yes. It is strange, because I had thought that I've outgrown this tendency, but I used to do this all the time. Can I hold you until I fall asleep? I think I see a glimmer of a smile on Delora's face. Of course. I grab Delora and hold her against my chest. Her weight and shape are familiar and comforting. When I was in the palace, hugging my dolls made me feel like I wasn't alone. Sweet dreams, Lucetta. My queen. That voice. It's familiar. Fate and the traitors approach. The tenebrium grows weak. Mother? You will prevail. You are far stronger, far more beautiful. 'Cause that's how it works. You have all the power and beauty in the world. Of course you're gonna succeed. What? I don't care how beautiful you are. That does not equate to you winning or losing. Enough. My beauty is irrelevant. The tide of war is turning. We must consider our options. But your majesty, if I must wait for my revenge, then I will. What will you do? As my queen commands, my faithful student, you will be rewarded for your loyalty. And the traitor will be damned for his betrayal. Believe in me. Believe in us. We will be victorious. The humans and the traitors will pay. I sit up in bed, my heart pounding. I can't remember. The details of the dream are already fading from my mind. But the dread still hangs in my chest like a dark, heavy cloud. This must be a nightmare. Princess? I turn and see Fritz standing in the doorway, his eyes filled with concern. I didn't mean to. I heard you and Are you okay? Fritz. Maybe it is the stress of what happened with Varg. Maybe it is the nightmare I just woke up from. Or maybe it is the relief of seeing a familiar face. But suddenly, there are tears in my eyes. Princess. Fritz. And then, suddenly, Fritz's arms are around me, and I am pressed close to his warm chest. I can hear his heartbeat. Do you want to talk about it? We need to... we need to tell him. I cannot remember it clearly, but I believe it was a nightmare. I can remember Mother's voice, the cruel, wicked contempt of her voice. It was terrible. A sudden coldness slides over my body, making me shiver despite Fritz's best efforts. Still, he does not slip away, and his closeness once again comforts me after some time. He is so warm. You know, Princess, I'm glad I could comfort you this time, even if I was never able to before. How did you know I had nightmares? It was on my night patrols. Sometimes I would pass by your door and hear you. You never said anything. What did you want him to say? That's like listening to like a neighbor in an apartment having nightmares. Are you gonna get up, go knock on their door and be like, hey, I heard you are having bad nightmares? Like, no, you're gonna act like everything is normal. Fritz runs his hand through my hair, his touch gentle and comforting. It was never my business, personal night or not. I figured if you ever needed to tell anyone, I'd be there for you. I only knew time is passing because of the shifting shadows in my room. And too soon, the room brightens with the dawn of a new day. I feel safe. I had forgotten Delora was with me, but now she squirms subtly in my grasp. A small flutter of motion that does not even catch Fritz's eyes. When Fritz moves, I quickly hide Delora behind me. Why are you smiling at me like that? I just noticed how... It's just nice to know that some things don't change. What? Oh, Princess, you don't have any of the tea I served yesterday, did you? The tea that we slipped the potion into. Now that I brought it up, I had no idea what to say. I managed a weak shrug of my shoulders and shake my head, telling him I did not. You really should try it sometime. I haven't slept so well in a long time. I feel remarkably refreshed. I feel Delora shaking behind me, and I can tell she is trying not to laugh. I pinch her arm. Sure. He lets go of me and stands up. Speaking of tea, it's actually time for breakfast, but we'll pass on the tea today. Did I ever tell you about the best bakery in Angelia? No, I think you told me about the best baker? Oh, but princess, they're two different things. There are all kinds of shops in the town plaza. Two different things. The baker makes the best croissants, but the bakery, well, I'll show you. But first, I'll let you get changed. Hey, princess. Fritz might be fine, but his father is clearly not. Be careful today. Are you not coming with us? I'm going to stay here and see what I can dig up when no one else is looking. Lucetta. I have never heard her say my name so seriously before. I mean it. Be careful and stay safe. If Varg shows up when we're not here, you too, Delora, be careful. Much to my surprise, she sinks into a polite curtsy as the princess commands. Chapter 5 Rebellions. We are actually going to call it here, I think. So far this route is pretty interesting. Okay. Yeah, so far it's pretty interesting. I liked how I was wondering how we were gonna get going to get into the palace again to interact with Fritz, but having us just run into him on the streets is a much better way to go about it. Kinda odd that he is I don't want to say kidnapping us, but he did pretty much kidnap us and is keeping us locked up almost. But we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I think we'll call it here. We'll work on the next few chapters next Wednesday. And if everything goes alright, we'll stream my normal time. But I hope you all have a good rest of your night. And I will see you later. Bye.